What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Make sure you subscribe my channel. If you're not subscribed yet, go there and hit the button. It's like such a pleasure to share this knowledge with you guys, so make sure you don't miss those small and valuable details on the previous video. So make sure you check that out, okay? So big us. Today we're gonna cover up. So I'm gonna do a little breakdown on one of my fight that I did a couple weeks ago on a fight to win. So when I did the straight full lock, the person did a tap and a reverse and I switched my grips, and that was a very good fight. And a lot of people was asking how I did that, so I'm gonna share with you guys how to finish the foot lock from the 50-50. It's really powerful and nasty, so make sure you check it out. So we're gonna start do like a quick entry right here. And once again, if you can get the 50-50 position from anywhere, you can do from the single leg axe, going for the sweep, the person knocked down, you change the position. You can work all the entries, right? But let's try make it similar as possible for my fight. So I went from a shotgun armbar. So first of all, the person I close guard, the person slammed me so hard. I forgot that I was allowed, and that threw me off a little bit. But even that, I went after he slammed me. I went for the shotgun armbar. I was kind of off. I went there. I fell on my attack. It's okay. This one didn't work. Let's move on. And then knock him down. I pull him on the 50-50. And usually when I go to the 50-50, it's for two reasons. It's for a bunch of reasons, but it's not to hold and stall the fight. That's for sure. When I put the person on 50-50, or I'm gonna go for the full lock, I'm gonna go for the knee bar, or I'm gonna come up for the sweep. Okay? But the rules was submissions only. So I put him on the 50-50. I wanted to really push and get him on the foot and on the knee. Okay? If I get a chance. So we're gonna start right here. Let's do a quick breakdown right here. I went from close guard. I got a close guard. The person had this grip exactly like this. He picked me up and slammed. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna show the slam right here because it makes no sense. You just lift the person, boom, throw the person down. So make sure that you don't do the slam in your gym, okay? So the slam is only for fight to win rules, and I'm not complaining. I was totally fine. I was aware that could happen, but I forgot, and that threw me off a second. But I'll be able to manage my fight and finish, okay? So from here, the person start like after he slammed me, he started stand up, and that's when I used to go for the shotgun armbar. I missed it. So what he did, he popped his arm up and he pushed it up. Boom. So immediately I went to the foot. So when I went to the foot, I started to knock him down, push him that way, and then before I went to scoop my hip in, and then elevate my hip and put him in the 50-50. Okay, and then went for this foot. Okay, so move this way. Now in the 50-50 position. Okay, just wanna to understand, and like I said, do it like a little breakdown, but you can start at 50-50 from anywhere you want. Okay, so this detail works really good. Now let's talk about the details, how to finish on the foot. So I have the 50-50, right? So now I'm gonna really wrap it up from this way, and I held my collar, okay? And then I'm gonna start going that way. Usually when you have a really good, I don't like to tuck my elbows in. I like to keep my elbow loose and then work against the foot. Usually the person taps really well. He could handle. I was very surprised that he held really well that way. And I say, okay, if he's not tapping from this one, I'm gonna move to my second reaction. That is one is like even stronger than the first one. So from here, I didn't want to waste my time. I wanted to like really putting pressure on him. He'll be able to handle. And what I did, I used from this side I moved my hip back a little bit, and from this side I changed my grip. I went from here, dive myself in. Now usually I go from here, I give up on my first grip, and now go like a real neck choke, block. Now from here, guys, I really wanted to start bringing my my hip in and start elevate and go for the finish. So make sure your bone of your wrist is pointing up. So doesn't really work. It doesn't only affect the foot. Affect around his Achilles, on his calf, and that's where my attack goes. So from here works on the foot. From here works on his Achilles, and then from here I really want to push, and then he can get the tap right there. I just have to bring my hip in, go, and then the person tap right there. It's really nasty. What happened in the fight was he was trying to bring this foot on the mat. So he wanna turn this way. So I have this attack. So he goes, and then from here, come up on his knee, and then I went belly down. So I turned this way, and then when I went belly down, my whole weight was on this foot right here, and that's what made it even more stronger on the attack. Because usually to the person defend the foot lock, they want to put the foot on the mat to make stiff. So whenever he went this way, I roll over and then pull my whole pressure of my hip into the attack, and that's what makes it even more nasty. So come here for a second. So I went for the straight foot lock. Just go right in the fifth. So go from here, move this way. That's it. So I went this way. I went to the foot fifth, boom. He did a tap, and then I switched my grips, boom. And then he wants to put this foot on the mat. I want to attack, and then he used the knee to turn. I used my momentum to go upside down, and then from here, guys, I really want to keep my forehead down and my weight on my hands, and then just drop it and then finish right there. So when you go upside down, it's even nasty than just use arms. Okay, now I'm gonna share with you guys a very point that a lot of people don't share. I have no problem on the foot, on the details on finish on the foot. So that's the setup. It's really nasty. Now let's go over here real quick. Okay, such a small detail that makes total difference. So once I'm here, can be from the fifth feet, can be from the single leg X, doesn't matter, for the same side foot. If I see his toes, my foot lock's not gonna be stronger. So from here, what I have to do, I have to move myself back, my shoulder back. Now I don't see his toes anymore. So if I look back, I don't see his toes, it's good for the attack and the person tap. If his toes pointing up, he can flat his foot and it gives me a hard time to finish. So what I do is I move my shoulder back, so now I don't see his toes right here, and now gives me time with my hip to push it in and finish. Same thing from here. Same thing from here. If I see his toes, he still flat his foot. So his foot had to be out. So from here, I want to move his toes out, and then from here my foot goes back and then go for the finish. So if you keep eyes on the toes, and if you see the toes, your connection is gonna be stronger. So make sure you slide, height, make grip on the collar, and then go from there. And it's really nice. Keep the foot on his hip. Okay. So that was it. That was a little breakdown. How to go for the straight foot lock, hide his toes in, go that way if the person don't tap, switch, go, finish right there. If the person tries to push that way, you turn belly down and finish with the reverse, like a real neck choke. I like to do like a real foot choke in that way, with the same grip, same principle of the real neck choke. So those are the details that I like to use on foot lock. And just go and be careful, go slow in training, understand how you connect, how you hide the person's toes, and then make happen. Drill technique, and try sharpen it up more and more. Okay, so I hope you guys like, and it was a little breakdown. I'm gonna go out there more often now when things start coming down. So I'm gonna go out there and try to do what I love, show fight tournaments, and share the details with you guys here. So I'm glad that I have this channel. So now I'm gonna start breaking down details on my fights. Win or lose, I'm gonna still showing guys what I did wrong, what I did right, and this is what the game is about. So thank you so much, and if you guys wanted to check it out, some of my instructionals at bjjfanatics.com. I'm gonna put the link right below on this video on description, so make sure you go there, check it out, and just keep learning, guys. So thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your support. If you like to see more videos, make sure you like and subscribe my channel. Os.